Hey, what's up guys? This is Ghost Robo, and today we are looking at a match of gun game on Nuketown. And I wanted to upload this video for a couple of reasons. One, to cover some of the weapon tier strategies, as well as overall gun game strategy, and to highlight the fact that you constantly need to be moving. It really does no good to try and camp or to try to wait out in gun game. And the best tip that I can give, at least early on, is you really need to make sure that you get to machine guns and assault rifles as quickly as possible. Because if you're still stuck with pistols and shotguns while everybody else has automatic weapons, you're just going to get toasted. I mean, it's so much easier to fire from a distance with those weapons than it is the first four tiers here. So the goal has to be to get kills early and often and get out of the pistols and shotguns as soon as possible. And with the shotguns, I kind of struggle with aiming, especially with the third tier weapon, the first shotgun you use. And so I've tried, camping out and kind of waiting to get that kill. But ultimately, I find so many people are running around from every direction. You're better off just moving quickly and trying to pick up the kill without looking down the iron sights. And I think here in a second, I'm actually going to get killed. Yeah, I should have had that guy. I'm not sure why I didn't. But once we're here, we're in decent shape. Right now, we're in third place. We just got to make sure that we continue to progress quickly and get to those automatic weapons. And something that I've seen a lot of people do as well is when they get close to someone, they're trying to get the weapon kill. But if you can knife them, just knife them and guarantee the kill. Guarantee that you don't get knifed, you don't get set back, or anything like that. Here's some easy prey. Hello, sir. No window shoppers allowed. If you're going to play gun game, better be dishing out the credits. And then that's something else that's kind of a bit frustrating with gun game is nobody ever doubles down. It's always 10 credits, and that's not very many. I don't necessarily want to play the 1,000 credit matches, but I wish everybody would just double down and up it to 60. That's not a whole lot, but it does make a difference in terms of rewarding the guy who finishes in first place. And now we're in first place. We've got the automatic weapons, and there's a great example of a couple of these guys are still with pistols and some of the earlier tiers, and we just waste them quickly because, again, we got far more powerful and far more weapons that are better at distance. That was very unlucky of that guy, but it helps us go on a nice little streak here. And even though we die there, that's okay. I mean, really, kill-death ratio can't be your top priority in gun game. I mean, if you want it to be, okay, great. Maybe you're a phenom and you can do that. But I feel like if you run in and die a handful of times, big deal. As long as you're stringing together a consistent group of 2 kills or 3 kills and progressing through those tiers, you're in good shape. And now we're really cruising because, again, we're in first place. And I believe we're a decent step in front of everybody else. You can hear some people do have automatic weapons. So we got to be a little bit conscious of that. And we're finishing up the last machine gun here. So as we move to sniper rifles, again, it's another weapon that I'm not so hot at aiming with so far. And I've tried both camping to try to get the sniper kill as well as just moving. I really feel like with everybody coming from multiple directions and nobody's just hanging tight trying to pick off kills, you're really better off just to keep moving and hope that you can get an easy sniper kill as opposed to sitting somewhere and waiting. Because if people are on assault rifles, or if they've moved up to the explosive weapons, they're really just going to pass you by as you sit there waiting for someone to walk into your reticule. And with this second sniper here, you can do a little bit more no-scoping than you can with the first. There, that was some not very lucky aiming. But I would not recommend camping in any sense of the fashion in gun game, because again, you have to keep moving, especially on Nuketown. Now, something you'll notice is I'm never really staying in the same spot. I like to avoid the middle of the map. I'm not really a big fan of going inside the moving truck or by the school bus, but it's a pretty good map despite how frenetic it is for practicing and roaming the edges of the map and kind of staying out of harm's way and picking off kills when you can get them. I will say though, if you aren't finding anyone on your side of the map, you do need to run through the middle there and make sure you're at least engaging opponents, because if you don't hang tight for too long, especially on Nuketown, you're going to get passed by. And right now we're in first place, and I don't know that anyone else is on explosives, so I think we're in great shape here. And here's going to be one of those moments where there's nobody on our side of the map, so we are going to risk it and run through to try to pick up a kill. It may come back to bite us in the butt, which I think it's going to right here. Yeah, we're going to get pegged from behind. But you have to take those risks in gun game. You got to keep moving. I know I got some flack for one of my other videos of some beginner tips for Nuketown of, oh, you're just a camper, why are you showing people to camp? But hopefully we remedy that worry here, because we are constantly moving, and gun game really does support constant movement. What I really like about gun game after playing many more matches is how different of a skill set it requires in team deathmatch, and how if you are not so hot at team deathmatch, you can still be very successful at gun game. The people who are 100% precise and 100% accurate and just wrecking you in team deathmatch, they may not be as great at gun game because maybe they're so good with the FAMAS, but they're not very well practiced with the crossbow, or they're not very well practiced with the RPK or whatnot. So I like that there is a different skill set required to do well here, and that if you are not great at one, you may be great at the other, allowing for more people to be successful in different capacities. And one thing I'd recommend once you get to crossbow is that you just start firing away. There you saw, it has an exploding bolt, so just fire, and you're going to get a kill. And with the ballistic knife, you do need to be a bit more accurate. As you saw there, we fired off an errant first shot, but the second one was right on the money. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. Nuketown is one of the coolest new maps in Black Ops, and gun game is probably, as of right now, my favorite mode. And please check out my channel for a lot more Black Ops multiplayer and single player videos. Just started my playthrough, and we've also got more gun game, more team deathmatch, but I'm gonna get out of here before everything blows up. So until next time, we will see you later.